Hello people, this is Power here with a review of the PowerRider DX Barlckxs and Zonjis Zamonas Ridewatch set. Why do they not understand commas? So, for us sad English people, it's the DX Barlckxs, Zonjis, and Zamonas Ridewatch set. They didn't need the extra and because that, gosh. So this is the second half of the Gekijobon PowerRider over Quartzer Premium Bandai stuff they released. Obviously, because we already covered Omageo whatever day I put it up, and now we got the movie writers. Writer time, each of the three, nothing, their ride watches, stuff, and them. So, obviously, the style of this box is very similar to the DX Ridewatch sets, the two Ultimate Form sets. And if we compare them, this one is longer than this. I don't understand why. I'll complain about that soon, but it's just like, I really rambled about this on my unboxing, so I actually really don't want to go more onto that. But basically, what they did, they put it in a plastic tray. Why? So here are the three ride watches. Here's Barlckxs. So, as you can see from here, the bases for all three of them are the same as Omageo. Omageo's the only one I'm actually going to bother comparing with. But, yeah, they all have different bases. Or they all have the same base. It's just their secondary color is different. Barlckxs, I guess I should get into the origins of each writer, but I'll just go through them individually. So Barlckxs is a writer that is a I don't remember how the description words it, but he resembles BlackRx, and he has all three of his. He has all his ride watches, excluding black, obviously. But so because he's based off of BlackRx, his secondary color is actually this dark green, which looks pretty neat because we don't have a ride watch that has this color. None of these we don't have these secondary colors because I actually thought Barlckxs was black, but he's this nice really dark green. QR code for Bootable Gamba 095. Rider symbol 0000 because I think the Quartzers don't have a year, so. Then here's Barlckxs' face. And his battery cover. And sounds. So there's Barlckxs. We have Zonjis, who's a representation of representative fusion of Shin, Zeto, and J. And I forgot to mention too, their names are scrambled up versions of who they're representing. So obviously, Barlckxs is BlackRx. They switched down the words. Zonjis is the weird one because obviously he's obviously they're fusing Shin, Zeto, and J, but his romanized name excludes the H out of Shin, so it's Sin. So I just want to point that out. These are gonna be the same for all of them, but I like the secondary color of the Zonjits. It's like this. It's like this midpoint of green. I don't know how to describe it, but their greens are obviously different. Like, he's more green, obviously. QR code for Gamba, and this one is also 0.95. Yeah, so they all share the same track for spoilers. Oh, did I actually show the full face? Oh, something fell. I thought this wasn't straight, but there's Zonjits. His cover. I swear, like, the announcements for Shin, Zeto, and J are like the finisher / weapon sounds for them. So that's pretty interesting. Then we have my favorite one. Just because I love this metallic navy blue. Oh gosh, but here's Zamonas. Obviously, he's representing the Amazon Riders, which is also kind of why I like him. Just because I know his suit's the most kickbash, but that's probably why I like it, despite not watching Amazons as a whole. I do like their design, so. QR code for Gamba 0.95. And as you can tell, like, they're so self-aware that they're all the same pin, obviously, that they have to, like, letter them. So, like, this is, like, C. Obviously, he's B. And then Barlckxs is A. So. His face. And his battery cover. I feel like he has the weakest light for some reason, but it might be my lighting. Yeah, I thought something fell off, but. Let's finally get to the Jiku driver. Obviously, we don't need anything because they're their own riders. Technically. So let's go with the main guy himself. Did I have to warn spoilers? Because I don't think saying who they represent are not spoilers. So as you can hear from Barlckxs' transformation, his is like full on rock, and you want to say it actually somewhat resembles Barlckxs, but I actually forgot to let the standby play. But as you saw, singular scrolled through and 0000 in orange, obviously. So obviously, the same finisher as Geo. So Barlckxs' finisher is the Barlckxs time break. Yippee! for time's sake, I'm not gonna do this side. Watch the demo. Zonjis. I forgot I was supposed to cover it, but oh well. So there's Zonjis, his transformation, which I really like. It feels like something from Shin, Zeto, and J. I want to say mostly Zeto, because like I feel like that's what Zonjis is mostly, but I digress. So we get the Zonjis time break again. And last but not least, Zamonas. Yep, Zamonas uses the same transformation as Zonjis. It's just sung differently at the end, which is so disappointing. Because I would have liked something more of Amazon's, but we don't get that. So and the Zamonas time break is literally the same sound as Zonjis. We're going in with power. Obviously, Amazon's needs speed. What do we expect? Yep. Okay. I only sped through things because I need to talk about stuff. So, I guess let's just go with my overall thoughts on this set. I think it's quite disappointing because the whole issue with this set is that it's so cookie cutter, because I guess I won't complain about the descriptions being the same, because obviously they're just saying the dark rider, or the evil rider who resembles this rider is, which I'm like, okay, I'll allow that, because Geo and Gate have the almost exactly the same description, so that's fine. But I think the huge issue is that, like, obviously Barlckx gets a lot. Like, Barlckx gets his own stuff because he's the main antagonistic writer in the movie. Zonjis and Zamonas get stuck having the same sounds. Like, transformation and finisher, that's just like, just because they're his, like, generals. So I think that really sucks overall for the two. which is why I just think the set, it's not bad, because I love the fact that we get more watches that go on the right side. So technically, like, more options to give to people to, like, who to transform to, like, not being stuck with Geo or Gates or, like, a non-canon Waz. So that's nice overall, but it's just like the lack of, like, individuality is what gets me. Like, I, like, if I were able to, like, change things, I would have probably given Zamonas more original sounds. Because I just think they made it first for Zonjits, but then they were like, oh yeah, the two characters are at the same status. Let's just give them both the same sounds, and it's just like, yeah, it's easier like that, but I would have preferred more Amazon sounds out of Zamonas. But the plus for him, I guess, is that he actually, one of his ride watches actually got released, which is obviously Omega, but other than that, like, I don't know, I feel like he got heavily shafted. So, I pre-ordered this set off of Collectibles for like $36, and then, like, plus another 14 for shipping. So I got this for like $50, which isn't bad. I think what Mandarake has for it is pretty decent. They're like 40 to 45. They're like going around the same prices as the previous Ride Watch sets. But I don't think you, like, need it right away. I think you can honestly wait for it to go like 35 to like 30, like the Ride Watch sets, because, like, the set really does not hold a lot, especially also because they all have the same track. Like, I ranted about this in my unboxing, but what I would have done is that, like, Barlckxs I would keep as singular because he's the first, because Barlckxs is the quote unquote first Heisei rider. But, like, I would have had Ancient for Shin, Zeto, and J, because those three riders are normally labeled as Showa riders. So, like, labeling them, like, suddenly as, like, Heisei riders, like, wow, that's ancient. That stupid thing. And then Amazons, I would have, like, Zamas, I would have just given him, like, nothing, because Amazons isn't counted towards as, like, the mainstream Heisei era. It's part of this, like, side thing. So, like, disregarding Amazons, making it, like, putting it under nothing, I think would work. Because, like, the thing too is that, like, if they did, like, these different, like, give these two different tracks, it wouldn't change anything. The like, the date screen is still 0000. It's just different text will be scrolling through. But, like, honestly, I'd rather have different text than, like, the same repetitive text. Like, I'll be honest, I think I would have been fine with these two having the same exact sounds if they just had different tracks. Because then I wouldn't be like, because then, like, I wouldn't, like, feel bored, because I would just constantly be seeing singular. Because, like, basically, I have no obligation of using these two if I can just use Barlckxs for, like, whenever I want to see the singular screen, because obviously Barlckxs has more original sounds than these two. But yeah, yeah, that's all I wanted to state. I wanted to make it more civil than, like, but I'm still pretty upset that this is plastic. Like, why can't they make up their minds? It's like, well, we want to use cardboard. Yeah, use cardboard. But why did these have to be plastic? But yeah. If you already have Omageo, and if you want, then I'll say pick it up, but if you if you're like a diehard Ridewatch track completist or slash Ridewatch completist, get it. But then like if you're just like if you're just gonna disregard the movie sets, that's fine. And like speaking of that, like as I step on one of my outlets, I I think this set would have worked in retail again, like with Omageo. Like I would have been fine if Omageo was Premium Bandai, but this set being like Premium Bandai 2, there's no point. Because like they're they're just normal ride watches. Okay, like he's metallic navy, but still.